couple new things. A opaque green sludge shaker,
Yeah.
and I'm hoping these are going to be glow in the dark with the monkey thing.
That'd be kind of funny.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the chase for the Valvoline Pro Series. It's time for the VPC, the Valvoline Pro Championship. On pole for first race is one of the chasers, Brad Smith, to the inside of Adam Douglas. In row 2, there are two more chasers, Brennan Berg and Aaron Douglas. Then John Arndt and Cody Erickson, both in the chase. And then two non-chasers, finally, in row 4, Chris Davis. Okay. Chris Davis and Thor Gunderson. And then we have Miguel Reyes and Dylan Touchton. And then the last two of the playoff drivers, Jeff Cannon and Austin Yoakum, are in row 6, 11th and 12th. We have Nick Fountain and Anissa Johnson, 13th and 14th, row 7. Row 8 has Russ Blackwell and Scott Vickers. And row 9 has Eugene Hawk and Alfred Dunn. Row 10, Pietro Fittipaldi to the inside of Brett Cruz. Row 11 sees Carson Scott line up next to Kyle Fowler. Row 12 sees Noah Patwary next to Jack Wood. Jack Wood's last 4 races with Reckless Racing. We'll probably never see him again. Arthur Xavier starts next to James Davison. Behind them we have Rick Johnson.
Need to congratulate Jack Wood on signing with KBM.
Yeah, he's off to different pastures. I won't call them greener pastures, but they're different pastures. He's going to another farm. All right, so row 15 sees J.J. Yaley start next to Bailey Curry. Do you think Bailey Curry eats curry on a regular setting? Or would that be cannibalism?
J.J. Bailey.
And then Mike Wallace and our own Mike Wallace, Brandon Crasta, start next to each other. Safety car will get going eventually. There we go. And Brad Smith and Adam Douglas leading the way. Adam hits the cone. Of course he hits the cone. Safety car's out of the way and Brad Smith fires off. Green flag is officially out. See that Brad Smith will come around and lead the first lap. Brendan Berg in second. Brad Smith leads Brendan Berg, and then John Arndt is in third with Adam Douglas in fourth. Aaron Douglas is in fifth. Chris Davis in sixth, followed by Miguel Reyes. And the two Valvoline drivers, see the other one right behind him, and Thor Gunderson. Two of the chase drivers are working on the outside of them. That's the 6th car of Cody Erickson. And the 92, Jeff Cannon. Jeff Cannon led the points for much of the season. Kind of sad to see him struggle a little bit in these last 4 races. Jeff Cannon now working on the outside of Thor Gunderson, and then the 5 of Miguel Reyes. Cannon should be able to get it done. Seems like he's already clear of the 1 car. '92 car still working on the 2 Valvoline cars. Austin Yoakum back behind the 20. These are 2 team cars, the 4 and the 20. They're also working the top, trying to get as much spots gained as possible. Meanwhile, Berg and Arndt still running single file. Looks like Adam Douglas is starting to catch the 05 car of John Arndt. Yeah, what a dog. What a dog. It's definitely a dog. 100% a dog. Yeah.
Mr. Mir watching.
No, I think it's just Daniel Quinones and myself.
Yes.
Oh, he's watching baseball. Because his cheating Houston Astros might go to the World Series. I don't know how they were cheating, I just know that they were. Jack Wood is racing the 77 car. Arthur Xavier. Xavier's not really quite able to get around him. Meanwhile, Jeff Cannon's finally gotten around the Valvoline cars, and now he's on his way to go and track down the 6. Myrtle garbage.
Wasn't for the trucks.
Yeah, but
Slow Myrtle fun.
yeah, but the VPS is just
I think we found a track that'll be just for the trucks.
yeah. Hey yo, hey, go to www.w.gg and use offer code FARCA FARCA for 10% off all things to the W community company for all your chitterless energy drink needs.
Is it coming back?
I don't know. I don't think VPS is coming back. It's definitely not the series that's on track right now. Yeah, because I'm staying, so VPS will be back.
You heard it here.
You heard it here.
The Valvoline Pro Series Championship is returning for 2023.
Brett, DM me now about off-season stuff. Because we're practically at the off-season.
Yeah, we're almost there. You guys doing a little alliance?
No, but I make his cars.
Oh, okay.
And I need to know what numbers people are doing so that way I don't pick a number somebody else has.
Well, I assume you're going to be wanting to reserve all of the petty numbers now.
Oh, for Manco.
Yeah. I'm keeping my number for sure.
Yeah, I need to figure out what to do.
Like, all of my numbers are staying for next year.
I need to figure out what to do for Change It Racing. I might just do 26 and 28.
I need to announce. Well, I will verbally announce it here that Western Auto Racing will be leaving the Ford camp, but the remaining teams of Redline and the others will remain Ford, but Western Auto Racing will be joining forces with Meyer Toyota Racing for the Cup Series and only running in the Cup Series to compete with the new car. And they will have an engine alliance, so that will be cool to see what comes of that.
Meanwhile, Austin Yoakum is struggling a little bit to get up through the field. He's lost the spots from his originally starting position, this number 4 Chevrolet. He started 12th and he's back to 13th. He's just struggling to get through the field. And it's something that Iowa Motorsports team was really hoping for. They had such a strong season all the way up to the chase. They were hoping that they would have 4 strong races to close out the season. It's not like they struggled on the short tracks. They had good speed on the short tracks, so it's a little bit uncharacteristic for Austin Yoakum to be the worst of the 8 chase drivers. But they haven't quite had an ideal start to this race. Already a third of the way into it. Don't have to get going at all. There we go. So Brad Smith still leads. He's put a lap on both Brandon Krasta and the 93 car. Some racing potentially going on here as Bailey Curry and Brandon Krasta are racing each other. Just allow the 05 of John Arndt to catch the 44 of Brendan Berg. It's also going to allow the 2 Change It Racing cars to catch up. They're currently racing side by side behind this. Aaron Douglas, the outsider, Adam Douglas.
That 52 car, just so you guys know, is a lap down if it's not obvious. Douglas brothers have been on quite a good streak the last few races. Aaron finally getting a cup win. Had some good runs and another pole.
He might just be able to use the outside lane here to get 2 spots in that 12th car.
Now they've actually caught this forerunning of the pack and the 52 going slow. He's going to work on Berg, but there's a block delivered by Brendan. Good job, Brendan. That's how you maintain your track position, but now he's going to also have to hold off Adam. He's going to be slow on the outside now. Aaron looking to make it 3 wide, gets Luva off the corner.
Just really didn't get a good couple of corners there out of the 12. So struggling to get past the Bailey Curry machine. Looks like Adam's now starting to move up and try to get around the 52.
Look at the chin. They're applied to
I didn't know that YouTube had a dab.
Yeah, they do.
That's funny. This is going to allow the 92 car, Jeff Cannon, to catch up to his competitors, though.
Up to Chris Davis. And that's
He's going to try
sponsored
this
Ford. There's a lot of unsponsored Fords in this field.
Yes. Then the sole unsponsored Chevy of Brandon Krasta. Brad Smith's just moving through traffic like it's nothing.
Going around or lapping the JGL car.
The 44 Brendan Berg is trying to do whatever possible to get back to the 05.
I have to maintain those cars again.
JTL Racing.
It's alright, I'm just neglecting them like their actual owner did.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it realistic.
They're just going to shut down at the end of next season, become On Point Motorsports.
Oh no.
Brendan Poole's going to be the only driver.
Then I'll go. Then I'll fire for Chapter 11. They're all threatened to every year. just to get some last minute sponsorship that some 16-year-old kid got me and not pay him. And then wait, I have to fire my star driver for some mediocre driver too.
Yeah, you have to find your Eric McClure. Well, you have Kyle Fowler.
I have a Kyle Fowler.
You're about there. Yeah.
I got to replace JJ Haley though.
Yeah, with Eric McClure.
Didn't Haley go to JD for a couple races and do good, but they never hired him?
No, it would be an NBA Motorsports.
It was NBA.
Yeah. He also went to Rick Ware and qualified a Rick Ware Xfinity car in the top 10.
That's right, he did do that. Surprised he doesn't drive for the Cup. Oh wait.
No, the kid gets to do that.
No, Haley made a start in the 15 car.
Oh, I guess Yaley has ran the 15 car quite a bit this season. When Ryan Preece isn't in it, or Garrett Smithley. Aaron Douglas is catching the 44. Brendan Berg now. See if he's got anything for the
I'm on a
Manco
mission.
Racing Chevrolet.
All this shuffling, a lot of the cars actually in the top 5 have returned back to their normal positions. The only ones that have swapped around is actually Arndt and Adam Douglas.
Yeah, Adam losing 3, aren't gaining 3.
So now caught the JJ Haley machine as we were just talking about him. Brad Smith still having a nice, wonderful lead of nearly 5 seconds now.
Just picking him up and putting him down. Now he's at Arthur Xavier.
AlphaTauri Toyota just having a wonderful day today.
His teammate Cody Erickson is also in the chase.
South of the continent, I don't think that their Formula One counterparts can necessarily have the same performance. They're going to be in Brazil this weekend having quite a struggle. Next weekend? I thought it was this weekend. And we were concerned about canceling the race.
Yes, because the police and the military are constantly at war with each other.
Yeah, that'll die down by the
And
end of next week.
They just had elections, and the president...
It's refusing to step down, yeah.
Yeah, the ex-president.
They'll get it sorted out. Brazil's always in shambles. They armed all their citizens with guns because motorcycle people were trying to rob them. And they were like, if you ride on a motorcycle, you're just assumed as a robber now and they shoot you. Like if you want to have a good time, look at those videos online. It's just motorcyclist drives by and they just bam.
Makes sense. Aaron Douglas going to the outside of Brendan Berg. Aaron thinking about Brazil with his green car.
I'm sorry, it's an amazing racetrack. It's not the best country, but man, they can build a racetrack.
Adam Douglas is going to get around the 12 because Aaron's stuck behind JJ Yaley.
Have you seen Brazilian stock car racing?
Yes.
It's awesome.
Pietro Fittipaldi races with Tony Kanaan in a Havoline sponsored car.
They would go over there and do that just for that.
In a Havoline sponsored car.
But they're fantastic cars. They took touring cars and like, what if these full-size cars with V8s were just 4 cylinders? And they're amazing.
Jeff Cannon is now going to get around Aaron Douglas as Aaron continues to be stuck behind the JJ Yaley machine.
I want to race a Chevy Cruze touring car.
What about a Toyota Corolla?
Nah, the Cruze.
Douglas is sitting behind Brendan Berg trying to close him down. And of course, he owns the 44 car.
I do?
No, I own the 44
Oh, the other Douglas does.
Yes, hey, I own you. Get out of my way.
It's in the will. I get it eventually.
It's in the will. Cody Erickson is now past the 12 car, moving Aaron back to 8th place. On who the 2 cars. It's up to the 99, and Brent Cruz is in 21st position. So the top 20 is about to be the only cars in the lead lap, with 20 laps to go. 5.5 second lead for Brad Smith. John Arndt continues to ride in 2nd. Brendan Berg 3rd. Adam Douglas 4th. Chris Davis is 5th. Jeff Cannon in 6th, Cody Erickson is in 7th. Jeff Cannon's gained 5 spots from the start of the race. Aaron Douglas is in 8th. He's down 4 spots. Miguel Reyes is in 9th, where he started. And Austin Yoakum is now up to the top 10. So Austin Yoakum with a nice rebound. It's going to help him out in points. Help soften the blow. We're likely to leave here with Brad Smith as the point leader. He's going to be just a little bit ahead of John Arndt, who currently runs 2nd. If the race continues to go the way it is. As the top 18 cars on the lap. Cannon is trying to use the outside lane to get to the 54 car and try to get around him. He could trap Chris Davis behind the 83. He's careful enough. Couldn't quite get there. Now Cody Erickson's going to go to the outside of the 92 car. Erickson doesn't quite have the pace of the 92. Can't really get anything going on the outside. Can continue to try though. While Jeff Cannon's got to the inside of the 83 car and try to punch a hole through here around Rick Johnson. Meanwhile, Adam Douglas is to the inside of the 44 car, but he has Jack Wood, who is one of the lap down cars. They caught the 44 car at such an inopportune time. Chris Davis is going to try to follow the 44 car around the 17. Aaron Douglas has passed Cody Erickson for 7th place. Jeff Cannon's going to look to the inside of the 54 car now.
And on the radio, why is this thing going backwards? Dog doo-doo.
Brad Smith's now got a 6.5 second lead over John Arndt. Smith's up to the 56 car of Scott Vickers now and runs 16th. John Arndt is 2nd, Brendan Berg is 3rd. So Berg is able to get past the 17 car. Now Jeff Cannon is going to be able to pass Adam as well. Move Adam back to the 5th position. The 92 is now clear of mess of the 24. Jack Wood, there's 7 laps to go. Chris Davis has moved up to the 5th position. forces his way to the outside of the 24 car now. Into 6 to go. So Adam will tuck in behind Cody Erickson. Moves the 17 car back to 7. Austin Jochum is still in 10th place. He's trying to catch Miguel Reyes. Just about there. Well, 5 laps to go. It's still Brad Smith over John Arndt. Brennan Berg is still in 3rd. Jeff Cannon's now in 4th, up 7 spots. He's going to the inside of Brennan Berg. It's not really going to work out the way he wants it to. Berg's getting saved by catching lap traffic at the worst possible time for these guys. 4 laps to go now. Chris Davis can go to the outside of the 92 car. So 3 laps to go. Jeff Cannon's going to try to do some magic once more to keep in front of the 54 car, but I don't think it's going to be able to happen for him this time. He's going to fall victim to the 6th of Cody Erickson as well. So Brad Smith works turns 3 and 4. He's led every lap of the race so far, trying to put Mike Wallace another lap down. He's going to take the white flag at Myrtle Beach. One more lap around this racetrack, and he's going to be a winner for the first time this season in the VPS Series. So Brad Smith for Red Bull TXS Racing is going to come out of turn number 4, take the point lead, 3 races left, and the race win at Myrtle Beach Raceway. When it matters most, Brad Smith's going to go to victory lane. Finishing 4th is going to be Chris Davis. And Cody Erickson gets 5th. And then Adam Douglas in 6th. Jeff Cannon will finish 7th. Aaron Douglas in 8th. Not so sure why these guys are red. Doesn't make sense. I wonder if they're like penalized or something. So Brad Smith wins, John Arndt 2nd, Brennan Berg 3rd, Chris Davis 4th, and Cody Erickson 5th. Let's go ahead and get some points in. So the race is official. Brad Smith is your race winner. There were no penalties in the race. Brad Smith had an illegal body in qualifying, so that's going to be a big fine for them. Oh, it's 35 championship points, so he's not going to be your point leader. That's just Brad Smith's luck. Yeah, so Smith is now going to be 3rd in points, 20 points behind John Arndt. So John Arndt leads the points, 5,095 points. Brennan Berg is 9 points back. Brad Smith is 20 back. Adam Douglas is 22 points back. Cody Erickson, 35. Jeff Cannon, 50. Aaron Douglas, 55. And Austin Jochum, 60. None of these 8 drivers are eliminated by points. In fact, another race, this could look entirely different. So through 17 races, Jeff Cannon has finished top 10 14 times, keeps that streak alive. 7 of those 14 top 10s have been top 5s, One of those has been a win. He has 2 poles on the season. That was Brad Smith's first pole, his first win of the season. He's now led 92 laps, and he led 75 laps in this race, or 70 laps in this race. So before, he only had 22 laps led. He's just a consistent driver that just kind of made chase on merit, and now he's going to try to drive away with it. He's got 3 more races to go to try to catch back over John Arndt. We'll be going to Auto Club, Charlotte, and then, of course, we end the season at Atlanta. Thank everybody for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with the W Premier Series. Remember to visit w.gg and use code FARCA, F-A-R-C-A, for 10% off of your order. It's Jeerless energy drinks. They really work. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.